Actually, nobody talks about how good they look on the screen.
Shit. And I can see my crank.
You are the only person.
We had to bring it up. God damn it.
You're the only person who's like, yeah, I look fucking good on it.
Can I come back?
It's usually, man, look how fat I look. I look fucking weird. Why are you so small on screen compared to me?
Then it's the lights. Let's just say it's good lighting.
It's good lighting.
This is fucking great.
There's no way that this is the best lighting you're going to get in Philadelphia right now. Actually, this is the best lighting you're going to get in Kensington. I swear to God.
The sun doesn't shine in Kensington.
Other than the sun, this is the best light you're going to get. It is, it's
nice in here.
Yeah, it's nice. A great studio. I'm glad you're here. You fucking look tall as hell usually.
I do. I feel like I look like a giant, man.
Everyone does, dude. Yeah. This is a long. No, it's actually it's what we do is we try to make the guests stand out more. That's what I try to tell everybody. It's like I'm just trying to make who I have on stand out more because I'm driving it. You guys, you sitting shotgun.
Okay,
you're trying to get it in. Speaking of sunlight and Kensington. You know one thing I'm kind of... Are you getting ready for spooky season?
I'm not a big spooky season guy.
You're not a spooky season guy?
No, I'm not.
No,
you are. You definitely are.
I am.
I mean, I'm familiar with your work.
I'm a big spooky season guy.
Were you born in the spooky season?
Yeah, my birthday was 2 weeks ago.
Wait, when is that?
The 14th.
Okay. My daughter's birthday is the 6th.
What?
Yes.
Oh, you got a Libra baby.
Yeah, I bet you that the most birthday, we could probably figure this out. I bet you the most birthdays in the U.S. are in October.
Yes, because of February.
Is that right? Black
because,
History Month.
Well, if you want to hijack the whole month, dude. I was going to say Valentine's Day, but sure.
Okay.
But sure. No. We can go Black History Month.
Between me and my wife, between October 1 and like October 20, we have a birthday. Like, boom,
wow.
Boom, boom, boom. Yeah.
Holy
brother,
shit.
uncles, father, everything.
Yeah, it's because people are fucking on. It might be Black History Month, though.
I think it's Black History Month.
If you want to say that, if you know what, more babies are born. You know what it is? It's because it's Barry White. Yeah. It's Barry White.
In Black History Month.
And Black History Month. And it's also because white people are comfortable with Barry White because white is in the last name. And they're like, this is as far as we'll go.
This is the blackest white shit we can do.
This is as far as if we're fucking to black music, hell yeah.
Yeah. They're like, we're an ally at that point. Yeah. White people
you
fucking
have
to black
to make
music,
the connection.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, speaking of fucking music, D'Angelo.
Oh yeah,
poor D'Angelo.
I think that whole family had to grow up. I mean, because his wife passed away not too long ago.
D'Angelo's wife passed away.
I think his wife or his partner, maybe it's the mother of his child. My wife knows this because she was very upset.
Oh, she was a bit. She
cried. She cried
with D'Angelo dying.
She cried when D'Angelo died. Yeah,
dude.
Now he was like an old soul, not an old. No, I guess an old soul. Like his music was soulful.
Yeah, he's the R&B guy. I think of like, if you think of R&B in the 90s into the early 2000s, there are two that come to my head. It's D'Angelo and then Jagged Edge.
Oh shit!
Remember Jagged Edge?
That was where the party's at,
dude.
Right? Jagged Edge.
Will you be my wifey?
Oh yeah,
crushed.
Yeah, I'm not a big R&B guy.
I'm not a big R&B guy.
You're big enough for one.
Here's what you know what it is? It's because when you grow up in the suburbs and you have cable. Like there's two like things that happen. It's either when especially when you're white.
Yeah.
We grew up in a very white suburb.
Yeah.
You had two things. You either got into like metal music.
Okay.
And even the dudes in the metal music were like, yeah, I like some of it, but then they're like, they get into the like weird like dad rock. Or you get into rap, hip hop, and R&B.
Hard
as fuck.
Some of the hardest rap fans you'll meet are the whitest people you'll meet.
Dude,
Grew up
and
in the whitest
was
worlds.
Impossible to escape, too. Like, you would meet dudes, and you're just like, they're fucking dressed to the nines, and like, they look, I'm like, you guys are, you look ridiculous right now. Like, if we went anywhere, someone would beat you up.
This would not be good. Wait, so you mean they're dressed like stereotypical black person?
The most stereotypical black
do-rags? You had white kids wearing do-rags?
Oh my God.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Dude, we had white kids wearing do-rags with the hats with the flat brim that like floated on the side of the head, and I was like,
it's like Yaba Capica. It's like off to the side.
It was a magic trick every time.
Yo, you're like, come on, let's go, Eric. He's like, no, just tie my fucking do-rag, bro. Chill the fuck out.
Do-rags, and then do-rags were pretty, and like the guys who wore the do-rags, they knew they were being like, they kind of knew, they're like, I don't need this do-rag.
Yeah.
But the dudes who were wearing soldier rags, the camo bandanas, those guys were taking it very serious.
Yo, so wait, where did you grow up?
Outside of Valley Forge.
Oh, so
like Montgomery, Chester. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you were out there.
Dude, those guys, the soldier rag dudes were serious fucking dudes.
I played basketball. I played a lot of basketball growing up. I played basketball like 4 white dudes rocking do-rags, man. I don't even think we noticed until the dust set. Until like 3 years later. Like, I think we were wearing a do-rag the whole time.
You had do-rag retrospection. Like, what are those guys?
What the fuck was going on?
Wearing do-rags?
And then you realize I'm beating a white dude wearing a do-rag. That's not even that impressive.
No, dude. You have to.
Yeah.
No,
right.
You have to.
Right. You have to dunk on a white dude wearing a do-rag.
Yeah.
Or yeah.
Did he give it back to you when you won? did he present like, I can't wear this. Turn in the do-rags, boys.
I'm done. I'm going to listen to fucking Jagged Edge.
I can't do this. You can't.
Well, you're right. You're right because like metal. You're a metalhead, right?
Big time.
So it was like, it was always weird to me. In my school, we had white dudes who would listen to like that heavy metal shit, and then their rap game was just as aggressive.
So here's the thing.
What's that phenomenon?
So this is the phenomenon. It's aggressive.
It's aggressive
music. So when it came down to like, especially. So in 1992, I'm in second grade.
Okay,
1992, I'm in second grade, but that's the same year that Dr. Dre released The Chronic.
Wow.
So that year, MTV, like they weren't really playing metal on, keep that in mind. It wasn't until like Headbangers Ball, and Headbangers Ball was big in the 80s, but in the 90s, it kind of went away. So like if you were ever seeing metal on TV, you were seeing one of 3 bands. You were seeing Metallica.
Of course.
You were seeing sometimes, and I mean sometimes, Pantera.
I was going to say Pantera.
Sometimes. That was like, and it had to be past 9 o'clock. And then the
Danzig?
Honestly, it was either Danzig or there was one time they played a Typo Negative.
Oh, wow.
And then I wouldn't even say Typo Negative is like crazy metal. It's just like, they were just like, look at this dark and
it wasn't mainstream. Beavis and Butthead played a lot of metal though.
So that was another thing too. Beavis and Butthead played a lot of metal, but they were usually ripping on like what was going on. And then
cool hair, dude. Yeah.
They were just, it's like, it had to be pop rock. It had to be marketable. So like rap, especially gangster rap, became so marketable that like
popular shit.
I couldn't get away. Dude, it's like my older brother loved rap. So like when it was like just on in the house, I was like, oh, this is cool. And he's like, no, these aren't like this isn't like Grandmaster Flash.
This isn't
Sugar Hill Gang.
Listen to what he's saying. Yeah,
he's gonna kill police officers. And I'm
he's
like,
a crazy motherfucker Ice Cube, okay?
Dude, NWA was very big in the household, but it was only because it was like, it's tough.
Because it was hard.
Fucking tough.
It was hard.
And it was like the complete opposite of like, 80s hair metal. Like Motley Crue and White Lion, these bands that were like, they were goofy looking.
Like they were like bubblegum, right? They were
just, it was just very marketable.
Those dudes were wearing spandex.
Big time. Spandex was
dudes were wearing spandex and big hair. They were just like,
dressing like women.
They were close.
You could say
they were pretty close.
Steven Tyler made a whole, and again, I'm not a huge Aerosmith man, but I will say Steven Tyler made a song called Dude Looks Like a Lady that was ripping on I think it was Poison. Ripping on Poison.
Dude Looks Like it was about them.
Because of the album cover, one of the Poison, they all look like fucking chicks.
And then they went and played that and missed Doubtfire. It became like, wow, full circle, baby.
It's the fucking thing. So yeah, it's like we had kids that were like, really, and then again, so going into the 90s, then you have fucking Death Row Records blowing up.
And then Suge Knight,
you have
them.
Biggie, Pop.
Diddy rolled up in shade.
Even rap artists that like I still couldn't tell you like 3 songs, but I knew who Nas was. Because of like, it was just people like, you got to get on this shit. You got to check this out.
But we had the beauty of MTV was very culturally significant.
And speaking of D'Angelo, rest in peace MTV. MTV's fucking dead.
Yeah, MTV's
no more.
I remember that D'Angelo video where he was damn near.
Oh, I know.
Man, I don't know. Yeah,
it was wild weird. Shit.
I don't know.
You know what's crazy is that they used to play that. They used to play another version of that on BET After Dark, where they would play like Tip Drill, but they would play so you'd be like watching Tip, like, yo, ass everywhere.
That was one too.
And then they'd play D'Angelo, where you can just see top pubes.
And you're like right there, yeah, right to the bottom of the base of the.
I was like, I guess they're trying to really appeal to everybody on this.
That was weird. I remember when I was in high school, my girlfriend loved that video.
I think everybody's girlfriend loved that video.
But we were young. We were like 13, 14. You know what I mean? It's like, wow, she's getting her first conceptual.
I mean, it's kind of wild when you see a dude. That was the first time I think I ever saw like the V cut.
You didn't know.
Like, I didn't even know that was a thing. Possible. Because honestly, there are two things I had to know about there are actually three things I knew about the male physique. And I got the information from professional wrestling.
And
D'Angelo and my action figures. My action figures were cut, dude.
No, they were shredded,
dude. So it's like, I'm like, I guess that's why I
gotta look like this now? What the fuck? Yeah.
Dude, it gives you body dysmorphia.
Dude, they talk about Barbie. The boys we had it too, man.
Dude,
our action figures were
I've said this a bunch of times. When it comes down to body dysmorphia, I understand women get it from all angles. However, I will also say, when you're a boy and you're watching professional wrestling, your brain is kind of like, look at that. Like, I can be that guy.
Yeah.
I could be that. See, here's the thing with the body dysmorphia for women, though. Weirdly enough, it's achievable. They have they could just stop eating or throw up.
There's tricks.
There is tricks. When it comes down to body dysmorphia with like Ultimate Warrior, sure, I could take a bunch of roids, but I'm never going to be 6.
Yeah, you got to have
7.
Yeah, you can't make that up.
I'm never going to be.
That was 6'7"?
Dude, Warrior was huge.
Holy shit!
That's another thing too. Nobody realizes that all those wrestlers are like over 6 feet.
They're tall,
and then you don't realize because everyone's that.
Everyone's tall. It's like when you watch the Eagles. The punter's
Eagles, basketball.
He's standing next to a 6'9" guy.
Dude,
what the fuck do you expect?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just see those like these monolithic dudes. You're like, whoa.
Yeah. Well, see, I knew like Undertaker's tall.
Huge.
And what's his brother?
Kane.
Kane's tall.
Kane's tall.
And The Rock is 6'5". Cena's short.
Cena's short, but he's still not that short.
He's not that short. He's probably maybe my height?
Dude, he's probably about your height.
Yeah.
Which is a tall fucking dude.
Fucking tall and beautiful man. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
He would look amazing in this light.
This light, Cena would kill it. If you could see him, right? Isn't that the Cena? Yeah, okay.
Oh, look at you.
I got a little
Holy shit. This is the End Podcast with Ryan Shanner. I'm joined by the one and only Albert Davis. Thank you so much for being on the show. Do you have anything to plug for anybody listening?
Do I have anything to plug?
Anything to plug?
Interesting. The thing, whenever I'm asked this question on podcast, the answer is yes. I can't fucking remember what I got going on. I think I'll be a Punchline this week.
Sick.
Okay, I'll be a Punchline this week. I'll be a Punchline the following week.
Give the dates. This comes out on Wednesday. You don't know?
Well, no, I'll be at Punchline on Wednesday. Today. I'll be at Punchline today. And then the following week, I'll be at Punchline.
Fantastic.
And then I'll look at my calendar and see what I have going on at some point, and I'll text you.
Were you a big pro wrestling fan?
No. I remember the first time I watched wrestling. It was not Yokozuna, Shaka Zulu.
Wow.
Long time ago.
That's going back.
And I remember just being like, does everyone here think they're really fighting?
Yes.
Thank you for answering that.
Yes, they did.
So I remember being like, am I the only one who can see? Now, I was young. I didn't know there were storylines. I didn't know any of that stuff. So I was just being like, I know this isn't real. So then I wasn't into it. Fast forward 7th, 8th, 9th grade.
Yeah.
I think we had this conversation. DX, NWO.
Yeah.
It brought me back in.
Of course it did.
But for like 3 months. And then I was like, I want to go do something else. But it did get me back in. But I don't even know what was, because I didn't really know the storylines. I think then maybe I was just a young man going through puberty and seeing these juiced up dudes.
Juiced up dudes. And they were putting tons of tits and ass on TV.
Oh my God.
The tits and ass in the Attitude Era was
so incredible,
crazy.
It was strong,
and you couldn't get away from it. But it's like when it comes down to if people really thought they were fighting, there was a time where, like, if you go back and you watch wrestling from the 1970s going into the 80s,
okay,
you will see. Look at the crowd. Okay. You will see full-fledged, not just adults, but old people there.
Really?
Watching because they're like, I know this motherfucker. You can't do it to me. Don't you dare come to the South and fucking just disrespect Jerry Lawler. He'll kill you.
Right.
People thought it was like just pride, and they're like, you can't take our guy down. He'll beat you. And this is back when, like, especially in the 70s, people would like, threaten to kill other wrestlers.
Yeah.
Because they were like, yo, I'll shoot you.
If you beat Jake the Snake,
I'll fucking kill you. And then there were guys like Ox Baker. Do you know who Ox Baker is?
I don't know Ox Baker.
One of the nicest, most dangerous men in professional wrestling at the time in the 1970s. He killed 2 people.
In real life?
In real life. One in the ring. He had a move called the Heart Punch, which was then they outlawed it because he basically punch you. He'd punch you as hard as he could in the chest.
And he killed someone.
And he killed a guy.
Wow.
And then what happened was then they started, like, Ox Baker, being the showman that he was, kind of like ran with it. He's like, Ox Baker's coming to your town
to punch someone in the chest. Oh,
and
were people coming to watch him?
Dude, people, they weren't coming to watch him kill. They were coming to stop Ox Baker.
Oh,
and Ox Baker, I think in the 1970s he caused a riot where, like, I think one person died during the riot and a bunch of other staff in this arena were hurt. A bunch of people were injured. It was just crazy because that was the time people really thought these traveling menaces, if they were coming to your town,
you would have, like,
not only are they going to beat up the guy you love, they might come to your house and beat your fucking father up and beat you up.
Well, that's okay. So they knew it, so they didn't know it was fake.
I think they thought it's because, wrestling started out as like a sideshow act with carnival.
Like a carnival, I'd say, yeah.
So, like, when you had big dudes, like, this is back, it's crazy. If you look back in the 1960s and 70s, like, there weren't like moves. It was like a lot of punching and kicking and like some lockup
and then running the ropes.
A lot of that. So, like, when you see that and you're like, whoa, these dudes are really wailing on one another. It just seems like a fight. But then when you go into the 90s and, like, this is where, like, I started watching in like 1991, 92. So, like, yeah, there were storylines. Yeah, there were gimmicks and stuff. But, like, I know because I've watched grown men beat the shit out of one another.
That's not how what I'm like.
Look, man, I'm not saying you can't punch a man in the face and he won't bleed. What I am saying is you can't punch a man that many times,
36 times
in the face and not have him, like,
die,
still get up and be like, I have nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
So I kind of knew it was like, yeah, they're pulling the punch, but I was still like, yo, this is still.
But you liked it.
I loved it. I wanted to be it.
Well, so let me ask you this though, because you are a wrestler.
Yeah.
And you're a big wrestling fan. And apparently you're a historian because you started watching in 91, but you know shit about.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's because when you go back, it gets to a point where, like, you watch and you're like, I wonder what this was like in the beginning.
Right. Yeah.
And you just get curious about it and you're like, and then you can look, dude, you look at, like, the way people wrestle now. If you were to take what people are doing now, and I'm not even talking about, like, extreme deathmatch shit. I'm not talking about, like, going through tables and glass and barbed wire and, like, all the shit. If you just take a regular, like, even the lowest level wrestlers' move set, what they can do.
Oh, they blow
and
those
you
guys
took
out,
it back you took it back to like the 1970s.
Oh, yeah.
People would be like, this fucker's magic. This is
how is he doing? Yeah.
My brain's capacity to understand.
Right. Man, I think it's like that with most sports.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like, you took Kyrie Irving and put him back in the 50s, they'd be like, okay, hold on.
That's kind of...
not letting them play. You know what I mean? They'd be like, we can't do this.
I've often thought about that, too, when they talk about, like, football was a lot tougher back in the 70s.
Yeah,
I'm not saying it wasn't. What I am saying is you had a whole different brand of football and sport back in the 70s. It was very gridiron. It was like the gridiron. It was fucking dudes slamming into one. There wasn't like crazy, like, flea flicker, crazy trick plays. There wasn't like just jumping one-handed
It was more
motherfucking
like,
grabs. It wasn't anything like that.
Yeah, it was more. It's like when you watch like the old boxing and they're just sitting in front of.
Oh, these guys, yeah.
It's just like, I'm going to take one, I'm going to give one. Which, it was like a little more brutal and rough, but it wasn't the same as Floyd moving and rolling his shoulders and stuff like that. A little bit different.
Way less technique, but a lot more fun.
Yes. But my question about the wrestling is, once people realize that they could see two human beings really fight.
Yeah.
Did the wrestling numbers go down? Did they lose
Actually,
audience?
what happened was when MMA started, so that's another thing. The UFC, when that started, people were like, okay, we can watch theatrical violence that appeals to a huge crowd.
Right.
Or we can watch two dudes. And when the UFC started, there were no rules.
That shit was wild.
The only two rules I had was like no eye gouging and no headbutting.
I think it was biting. I think you.
Oh, no biting. Oh, yeah. Okay, no biting and no eye gouging. Yeah. You know what? Queensberry. I'll take it. I'll take it. But like when it got down to that, I think people were like, "This is too crazy." America wasn't ready. Like as much as they weren't ready for that. Like. No holds barred gladiator
that
shit.
Real
and I
shit,
think a lot of people were like, this is too gnarly. However, I will say, if you go back into the early UFC, you have dudes like, Dan Severn and Don Fry and Tank Abbott. Tank Abbott was another guy too. Tank Abbott was a maniac in the UFC because if he tagged you, you were fucking out.
Yeah.
However, as the UFC progressed, people, once you figured out how to beat Tank Abbott, you figured out how to beat Tank Abbott.
Right. Bob Sapp. Remember that dude? Bob Sapp.
Dude, Bob Sapp.
Jesus Christ, that guy.
Maniac.
Yeah.
And it's like, the thing is, though, when you started so that was like just brawling for the most part. When you started implementing mixed martial arts.
And the skill, and these people had,
that's where I think people were like, all right, I can see this as a discipline. This isn't just two dudes trying to win a tournament wailing on another.
Right, so I think that was like mostly back in the UFC, because there was also Pride.
Pride, yeah.
Now, Pride, you had like Crow Cop, and you had
Vanderlei Silva,
Shogun, Vanderlei. They were a little more skilled, and fighting was a little more of a skill. But yeah, those first UFCs when Jim Brown was officiating, dudes just
and that's the thing too. When you go back, I had the DVD somewhere. There was another. So like UFC started getting popular, but people were like, we can definitely have spin-offs of this with other celebrities kind of do it. I have a DVD. I think it's called Fighting Extreme.
Ooh.
But Mr. T is the host.
Oh, is it?
And dude, it's another like guys in a cage. It's a tournament style. So like one wins, he goes on, another happens, and they get to get. Dude, it's very low level. And I do think it's funny because it was marketed just like, like fighting on a new level. And then you watch it and it's just like UFC. It's just like the early UFCs. However, what I did appreciate is, so this is a DVD with special features.
Ooh.
And I honestly thought the special features.
The naked woman?
Well, I thought there were going to be like more fights that you missed.
Yeah.
But really it was just the ring girls.
Like washing cars or something?
Dude, I honestly think it was someone taping the ring girls without them noticing. No shit, dude. There is footage of just ring girls getting getting changed, and you see some tits, and they're just like, they're not doing anything sexy.
Right.
It's like they're like looking at clothing.
Like, is this a good color on me?
Dude, it's kind of fucked up, but it isn't. That isn't special features.
Something that would have definitely been happening.
And on the cover of the DVD, I guess to sell the DVD or to push the product, it was just Mr. T's face.
Yeah.
And there were like some kind of like fists around him, but it was
he was a badass back in the day. Oh man, fucking B.A. Baracus. Wasn't that name B.A.
Baracus and Clubber Lang.
Clubber Lang. My bad. We're in Philly. I'm talking the wrong shit.
You gotta go Clubber.
So like with the evolution of all that, now there's a fight version of any, like online, people are fighting in backyards, people are wrestling.
Oh yeah.
There's MMA, there's UFC, there's Bella. Like now we're just violent as fuck,
dude. We're moving into what everyone claims to be the end times with the Roman circus.
Okay,
the government is giving us out of control violence to distract us from the terrible thing. But that's whether or not you want to believe that. I just think we are growing. Like our brains are shot. So like the only thing that really, that really wallops us is watching another dude getting punched in the fucking face.
Over entertained, and so now we're like back to like primitive mind, like watching two people fight.
Without a doubt,
we're definitely over.
Dude, we're overstimulated. We got too much going on.
I drove over here. I was watching South Park the whole time. It's like, oh, that's a funny thing for Eric Cartman to say. Oh shit, I'm in the school zone. You know what I mean? We are very over entertained,
dude. And the only thing is the only thing I can take away from this, or that I can only hope for, is that we do go back to like fighting wars hand to hand.
I think that would be a great fucking idea.
The drone shit is played out.
So played out.
Played out, dude.
I mean, without being funny, it's fucking sad that you can just like call a war behind a keyboard and just press buttons.
Yeah. That's the same thing as somebody in my head. That's the same thing as some dickhead arguing on Facebook.
Yep.
It's just
100%.
You have no balls. You're just pressing buttons. And don't get me wrong, man. I'm not trying to shit on the American military force.
Yep, I'm not for that either.
All the soldiers, all the troops, I salute you. But what I am saying is when it comes down to like drone warfare, it's like...
It's wild.
Come on, dude.
It's like it's first of all, it's the nerds are like it's all science.
Oh,
now.
Dude, think about that.
Yeah,
people who joined the military were juiced up dudes, and now we're like, no, we need the people who are the eggheads.
Yeah, the people who are the dudes with the glasses.
We need the nerds.
What we gotta do? We need more uranium.
It's either two things I want. I either want full-fledged going back to hand-to-hand combat, or not even hand-to-hand, man. Take us back a step. Let's just go back to regular guns and shit. Guns.
Or what if we did like 100 v 100 in a field? And then they just did, they did their thing. Then after you interviewed both sides, and then like, well, I guess you own Alaska now.
So
you just won,
here's the thing. We can't do that because of our terrible health. America's so fat and so out of shape, dude. We would have to like stop so many things from polluting us in our healthy way of lifestyle to have like, oh, we're going to get 100. Now, don't get me wrong. We'd probably get 100 dudes. 100. But if it came down to like, a country invading us and it's like, yeah, we're all going back.
All of us got to go fight. We may be in some rough shit.
Yeah.
That is a very good point.
It's not going to be great. However, I will also say, in the movie Troy, where fucking Achilles basically is like a hired mercenary.
Yeah.
But they're like, we don't want to have this huge war. Pick the biggest dude you have.
Yeah.
And we'll have one guy, and whoever wins, who gets the scepter, controls the area. It's like, I'd be down watching that.
I'd like that. But then like I don't know. Would you want like John Jones in control of everything? He beats everyone's ass. Now John Jones is running shit.
Here's what I'm going to say. If it's, I think they got to volunteer. They got to be like, yo, I'm willing to die for the country.
Yeah.
And I'm willing to do this, even though I know I could possibly die or be more like wounded to a point where like my life is going to be fucked up.
Yeah, right. Like, yeah.
But it's like, I don't know if someone's like, yo, you got to go over and try and beat this like 7.5 foot Serbian dude who's just got done biting the neck out of a bear.
Yeah.
It's like,
killed his pet bear because
fuck.
And well, that was like David and Goliath, right? David just had a little rock and hit this dude.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. That makes me feel so bad for Goliath.
Yeah.
Imagine being like this dude who's just like, I can take over whatever I want, and then some guy hits you in the head with a rock.
A little Jewish guy, with a rock.
That's like, I never saw that coming. I actually didn't even train for the rock.
Yeah, wow, we're using rocks now.
Wait a minute.
What's he swinging on his head? What's he swinging?
They never. Did Goliath have a weapon?
I don't know. Maybe
was this just Goliath bare hands?
He came up with his MMA gloves on, and they're like, yeah, we're using slingshots. He's like, oh, he was probably talking to the ref. Like, we never agreed on.
We had rules here
at the weigh-ins. We never talked about slingshots. Whack, and then he just gets his
That's got to be illegal.
Yeah,
gotta be.
Conflict is fun to watch people fight, isn't it?
Sure.
Like if you're driving your car down the street and you see like on the corner of a bar 2 people fighting, you stop it?
You know what? Will I stop it?
No.
Will I stop and watch? It depends. It depends on what I'm watching. If I'm watching like a dude get like completely destroyed, I'm kind of like, that sucks.
Yeah.
But if I'm watching 2 dudes who are drunk, kind of striking one of them, I'm like, all right. I've been there. I know what that's like.
Watch that. That's fine.
I'll watch that.
Yeah.
But watching another guy again, Watching another guy on the street wail on a dude who
No, like with you, like, is he gonna die? No,
I don't need that. However, I will watch two trained professionals beat each other to the death. I will, like, dude, even when you mentioned Pride, I gotta be honest with you. People were like, yo, those soccer kicks are kind of gnarly. I'm like, I
like
think
them.
they are.
They're pretty.
But
pretty
they're
nice.
in the rules, and both these two dudes know that they're in the rules.
And they're consenting adults. They wanted to fight.
They signed the waiver. They're ready to go.
That shit was wild.
I think the Soccer King, the only thing I don't agree with, though, Soccer King I can get down with. Weirdly enough, I cannot get down the stomping. The stomping on the head is where I kind of...
Which they do that in wrestling, though.
Yeah, they do. But they do, but they don't do it that hard, dude. Watching Shogun Hua stomp on a dude is like, oh, I don't know if that's a thing that should happen at all. Think about it. You've got that big date set, dinner, dancing, and now you just need to get that big D in order. Stop stressing about ED and get help from Hims. Hims offers access to ED treatment options ranging in hard mints to trusted generics for 95% less than the name brands. Hims brings expert care straight to you with 100% online access to personalized treatments. No waiting room, no doctor poking at your stuff, and no asking you to turn and cough. To get simple online access to personalized, affordable ED, hair loss, weight loss, and more, visit hims.com/theend. That's hims.com/theend for your free online visit. hims.com/theend. Actual price will depend on the product and subscription plan. Featured products include compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription required. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information. Now, back to the end. All right, we got phone calls.
Oh, we got phone calls. Okay,
grab
cool.
those
headphones. I was like, what are we doing? What are you, NASA?
Yeah, you saw me reaching for.
I saw it. All right.
Hopefully, how drunk are these people today, Danny?
You know what? I didn't check, but they're 11 seconds and 12 seconds. So, short and sweet today.
Phenomenal.
Not drunk. You're not drunk if you're talking for 11 seconds.
What up, Ryan? Shout out Danny Dubs. All right. The query of today is, was Def Leppard's drummer really that good before he broke the arm?
Great question. Do you know anything about Def Leppard?
Do I know anything about Def Leppard? I know they're a band.
They are a band.
I know they're good.
They were pretty good.
Who's their drummer?
So their drummer, I don't remember their drummer's name. However, Def Leppard in the 80s were crushing it. They were crushing it. And at the height of their success,
he breaks his arm?
He doesn't break it. I think it's funny. He said he broke it.
He loses.
Technically, yeah.
Because is he known as a one-handed drummer?
He was in a car accident where his arm was severed. And then they tried to reattach it, and it went gangrenous, and then they just completely amputated it.
Okay.
And they were looking like, what are we going to do? I'm a drummer. How am I going to drum with only one arm? And it is fun. Was he just as good? Was he that good with two arms? I think he was, dude. If you look back at Def Leppard, they were exploding. And I will say, would they have reached a point of mediocrity? Possibly. But that losing the arm, people were like, yo.
That changed the music.
Can you believe this? It changed the music, but it also changed the attitude of the band or the way people even perceived the band, because they weren't like just another 80s band. It's like, no, dude, this guy almost died living a rock and roll lifestyle, and then he lost his arm, which would have put anybody out of commission, but he came back.
And he stayed in the game.
And they're going to pour some sugar on me right now. And it's like a pretty epic story and overcoming such an insane problem. And was he as good? I don't know. I got to be honest with you. Can't really tell. I don't really know if he was.
It's a good story.
It is a great really story, and it's also like one of those things where seeing a drummer with one arm, you're kind of like, get the fuck out.
That's like seeing a golfer with one arm. Like, what the fuck?
Are there one arm golfers?
There's got to be one somewhere. I mean, I don't know of any, but I'm sure I've seen people play golf who are in wheelchairs, and they have a device that actually like puts them in a standing position.
What?
Yeah, you pull the cart up, and it like raises you up. And then you swing. I mean, your lower body is not moving. And then you go. I saw a guy get a hole-in-one doing that. On the internet.
I think that's unfair advantage. I think that's unfair, man. You have the stability of a machine. Like you don't have to worry about. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I like it.
Look, I'm not saying don't let them play. I'm saying they need their own league. Dude.
Are you?
I'm not saying don't let them play. Dude, they need their own league.
Are you a musician?
No.
No.
I wish. If I was a musician, I'd be fucking. I wish I was musically inclined. I'm not at all. I've tried.
You tried. What'd you try?
The guitar, of course,
yeah,
man.
Tries the guitar, yeah.
Guitar.
Dude, well, I was a musician. I wouldn't call myself a musician, but I watched like a fair amount of drumming and drummers and bass players on the internet.
Yeah.
The drums are fucking wild because you hear something and you don't realize that someone with only two hands and two legs is making. It's like the way they're moving. It's fucking wild.
And I wish believe me, I see what musicians do, and in my head I'm like, man. If only I could shred on a guitar like that. I wouldn't even tell anybody. I'd keep that to myself until the right moment.
Yeah, that's
you know what I mean. Like that's the dream is to be like I can play like the best guitar ever.
Like the kid in Back to the Future.
Oh my God, yes.
And you need it. You're like, I
show up. And be like, oh, you guys can you play guitar? Well, I guess I can play. Hold on.
Yeah.
And then you just always like try to keep up.
Yeah.
Watch for the changes. And it's just like you rip.
Yeah.
That's immediate.
I always thought that'd be the same thing. Coolest thing, you like walk in a room and there's like a cello or like a piano.
Oh, dude, people.
And then you start do, and they're like, what the fuck is this? And you're killing it.
Daddy, how mind blown would you be if we walked into a room with a piano and I started just crushing piano?
Oh man,
you wouldn't even know what to do.
Yeah, that's the move.
You know what? If you started playing some like classical, like some Bach or something, I'd be like, yeah, whatever. But if you start like Stevie Wonder singing,
oh man, moving your head and doing everything,
dude, how fucking wild! Just you can feel it all over. Yeah, I can't even do it.
I like that song. That's a great song.
That is a great song. Yeah. It's a great. It's also a great piano in that.
Yeah. Boom.
Or even like Ray Charles, just crushing Ray Charles would be fucking sick.
Or if you're one of those cool piano guys who could like play a song that's not historically a piano song. On the piano.
What's a song that's historically not a piano song?
I don't like Killing in the Name of or something. You're like, fucking killing it. And they're like, what's going on with this dude?
I only know how to do, songs from 1999.
You can do the Jagged Edge catalog. You're just doing Jagged Edge and shit.
I'd do it. Or I think another cool thing is to play an instrument, like walk in a room with an instrument that nobody really plays.
Like an oboe.
Like an oboe, auto harp. Like something just like, what is that? Like, oh, check this out.
Watch this.
And just
like, oh shit.
Crush it. Yeah. People are like, what is that? I'm like, yeah, I dabble every
People get their phones out and they're recording.
It's like, I didn't think that was going to be a thing. Yeah, like, that would be sick. Even, I never was a fan of, I'm not a huge fan of like brass instruments, like the flute. Saxophone.
It's growing on me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's growing on me.
Flute is good. Jazz flute is good. Like a good like jazz flute shit is neat. But it's like if I saw a guitar at a party, my brain is like, oh no, someone's gonna fucking play. Oasis on this crap.
Oh no. So if it's an acoustic, it's definitely gonna be Oasis.
Oh yeah, or just
like a John Mayer fucking Body of Wonderland or some shit.
You rarely ever see an electric guitar at a party.
Yeah. Because then someone's got to plug it in.
Fucking plug it in. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'd rather see someone rip some like fucking Eruption by Van Halen than have anybody.
I got a question for you. You're an artist.
Sure.
Would you trade your artistic ability for a musical talent?
Now, hold on.
You're just as good a guitar player as you are a painter.
See, I think with the way things are.
The current economy.
It would be more advantageous for me to trade it for music. And the reason I say that is because if I could play guitar very well, you have so much more of an avenue to go down with like TikTok and reels and shit like that. Also, everyone, like just like what I was talking about earlier, I would never consider myself a rap fan. But I do know when good music is good.
Yeah.
Music appeals to everybody, whether or not they're like, I don't like music. Yes, you do.
Everybody likes
You're just not admitting it, or you're like, I only like this certain types. Like, but if you could snap your fingers and play guitar well, I think most people would sell their fucking feet for that shit.
Yeah, I would.
They'd be like, yeah, just take a limb and then I can fucking just crush it. Yeah.
But in your case, you wouldn't be able to paint anymore.
Yeah, but I'd be able to paint with music, dude.
We could make this a movie.
I'd be able to
painting with music. I like
paint
the way
with
you
music, dude.
Yeah.
I paint a whole picture in your head.
Yeah.
All right, we got one more call, one more 12-second call.
Dude, I'm so annoyed. I mean, why wasn't that Josie chick absorbed in the womb like her other fucking siblings? And where's the fucking line end to punch her in the goddamn stomach later?
Okay, I don't know what the fuck just happened. You guys seem to know what just
Oh.
Oh, wait. What?
Oh, boy. Look, we all love Josie Marcelino here. You know, I can't say that your opinions aren't your opinions. Why wasn't Josie absorbed in the womb? I got to be honest with you. She might have eaten that twin. I got to be honest with you.
Oh, this is wrestling shit.
No, it's not.
I thought it had to do with
No.
Did you deliver a baby in the ring once?
Oh, I did. I did do a live birth. Yeah, but as far as Josie Marcelino is another comic who I had on the show that I guess this caller in did not appreciate as well at all. Which actually it's only happened a few times.
All right.
But they've never called in. This is the first call in with a gripe. This is the first call in with a gripe. But you know what? I'm not going to say don't call in with gripes. I will say though, go fuck yourself. Yeah, that's. I will say, look, I like Josie. It's like you have an opinion, you can, but I'm also going to be like, yeah, man, all right, fuck off. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say.
Leave Josie alone.
Yeah, she came on. I asked her to be here. She was here. She did a great job. If she's not your cup of tea, go drink coffee, man. That's all I'm going to say.
Go. So I feel like I should probably know this. I probably do know this person.
You've met her.
I just don't know the name.
You've met her.
I hate that about myself.
What, about not remembering people's names?
Yeah,
dude,
that's such a horrible trait.
There's a lot of times where it's crazy because, like, weirdly enough, when I used to drink a lot, my brain would I'd be able to remember people's. It's wild. Like, now I can't.
Now you can't do it.
Now I can't. It fucking sucks. Yeah. Especially people I've met. Like, maybe not like all the time over and over, but like a few times in the past. And then, like, a month will go by, I'll see him again. We'll have the same rapport, but I'm like, fuck, I don't.
What is his name?
Remember who the fuck this is.
People can tell. That's the word. They know you don't know. Like, you ever, like, when you don't know someone's name and then they start using your name?
Yeah.
Like, I got to tell you what, Albert. And you're like, fuck, he said it again. He knows I don't know. I don't know what to do.
That's where you really wish for a huge disaster to happen. Where you're like, oh no,
I can't say,
we have to get out of here. Come on, dude. You, buddy.
You and me, dude. Let's go.
Or you want like something to happen where they're knocked out and then you can grab their wallet and look. You're like, oh my God, Steve.
It's been Steve the whole time.
It's been Steve the whole time.
Just
and
like I thought it was.
I knew it. I knew I was right.
I was with it.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good with faces. I know when I know somebody.
You know what I'm good with? If I see your name on the internet, your picture on the internet, and then I see your name under it, I'll never forget.
Wow.
That's it. So if your name's Jeffrey, whatever, and I see the picture, and I'll never. But I won't even know. I won't know you as Jeff. I'll know you as whatever
the name is.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
So that's a weird.
I mean, that's a cool thing that you know that though. Yeah. That means if you know someone's face, you can just go on Facebook and see the picture of them with the dude. The problem is, like, when I see someone's face and I know them, my brain is throwing curveballs of like names that there's no possible way they could be. Yeah. I'm like going back in time, like, is that Gertrude? Like, no, that's fucking is that the 1920s. What the fuck are you talking about?
What?
I'm just making up names of other people. I'm like, no, that can't be Gidget.
And then you ever started trying to hang out to hear if someone uses their name and it never really happened?
No, I see. I get pretty lucky with that. I do get pretty lucky with that. Or what happens is I'll have like somebody that they don't know. Luckily, is coming like, oh, I'm blah blah blah. I'm like, oh, you don't know blah. Like, I just jump right in. Like, you guys have met several times.
What the fuck? That's
You don't know him?
That's the easiest one.
Fuck, you're wild, dude. How do you forget his name? You're an asshole for forgetting it.
And then I'll just forget it a week later though, because the older I'm getting, my memory is shit,
dude.
It's so bad.
Believe me, and it sucks. What even sucks more about forgetting names, dude, there are cousins that I have that now have children.
No idea.
That I've met Like I've held them as like the baby, and like, oh,
you're at
dude,
the christening. And
I have cousins, second cousin, third cousin. Now that I'm like, I don't even know who the fuck these kids are. I couldn't even tell you their names.
Yeah.
I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
And I can't, and I will never, I also will never pretend. I'll never pretend I know who they are. I'll just be like, yeah, dude, I'm like, you know me. I'm like, no, dude, you don't.
Ryan's here, don't you?
You're now 7 years old. You're a whole person. I'm not going to pretend like we hung out. The fuck out of here.
You ever talk to your friend and they have like multiple kids, they start telling you about the kids, you're like, which one is that?
Oh.
Right? Like, oh, well, that was so-and-so.
Dude.
What the fuck?
People
who's that one?
There's only
like,
a few people I know who have more than like 3 kids, and my mind is blown.
Having more than 3 kids is a flex. That means you got money.
Dude,
you got to have
my mom had 4 kids, no money.
The last flex.
That was the 80s, dude.
Now, you meet someone now, like, oh, we have 7 kids. Like, oh, you're fucking
That's
rich, dude.
Wild.
Well, I don't know why you would do that.
7 children is
insane.
Yeah, if you have a farm, if you have a farm still, if you have a farm and you're like, we live off of like, this is what we do here. We need all these help. We need hands. But it's like, if you're just living in the suburbs and you have 7 kids, you ain't good on you, man. Fucking dumping your wife or your lady all you want. But it's like, my head is like, that's just, how do you afford all of that?
When you live on the farm, they help you. When you live in the burbs, you're just giving yourself work.
Straight up.
You're like, so all I want to do when I get out of work is then handle these 7 fucking monsters for the next 5 hours before I go to bed.
That does just sound like 0 sleep, 0 time to yourself.
That's all it is. And then they grow up, and then when you got lucky, one's got a fucking food allergy. Then they start throwing all these curveballs. You're trying to raise these fucking kids.
Yeah. No, thanks to that.
Do it.
And that's another thing too, is like when you think about, like if you have 7 kids, my brain's like, which one of you is going to be the worst one?
Right.
Who's like one of you is, there's statistically one of you has to be like, not just like, he's kind of iffy,
Royal fuck up.
Royal fuck up.
Like, oh yeah, old man Shaner.
There's 7 of you.
Yeah. One of them's going to be fucked up.
Like wildly crazy,
embarrass the family. Don't go to that part of town anymore because if they hear your last name, they're going to, Yep, and they're going to just
constantly throwing out, and everyone's just like, yeah, we don't talk about Steve anymore.
Yeah, exactly. You ever meet someone like, well, I actually have 4 brothers, but we don't talk about that one.
Oh my God, dude, I've met excommunicated people, and it's wild when you meet the dude. So it's even weirder when you meet the dude who was disowned.
Yeah,
and then you're like, why?
Right.
Why did that happen?
Normal to me, but
you seem like a good dude. Well, why does your whole family disavow you right now?
They always blame the family. It's like, it's like 6 against 1. It's probably you.
Yeah,
bro.
you might have been doing something.
Yeah, it's probably on you.
And don't get me wrong. And then when I say you might have been doing something, you might have been doing something that I would have done. You might have been doing something that, like, I personally don't find that bad.
Normal as can be.
But your family, if there's 6 of them and they're like, yo, get the fuck out of here, dude.
And like the younger brother didn't run up and was like, don't leave, Tyler. Like,
he's like, I gotta go.
Yeah, no, this is not the place for me, man. Good luck to you, kiddo.
The only thing you could hope for, dude, is like something happens and you are the sole heir.
Yeah.
That's the only thing a cool inheritance. Have you ever had a better position to get an inheritance?
Am I in a position to get
have you ever been in one? Do you think you'll ever? No, me neither.
I mean, maybe like a house or something, but I'm not getting like an estate. Like my mom has a house, so
there you go.
Deceases, or I don't know if deceases is the word.
Deceases.
Is it?
I don't think you should have the house, dude. I gotta be honest with you.
See, I'm the disavowed one. Like,
everyone would be like, Albert says deceases.
Yeah, have you spoken to him? Yeah, he said deceases.
I don't think he knows what he's doing.
But yeah, so I would have something like that, but I don't have like an estate. That's
man. A estate would be sick. I would love it. Another thing I often dream. It sucks because there are 2 ways in my head. I'm like, it would be sick. It would be sick to be like wealthy and rich, but like my brain's like I want them in either the most weirdest way possible or the funniest way possible. Right. Like, I would love to get rich off of like a couple weeks ago. I played I played a Whitney Houston slot machine.
Okay.
Now, she took all my money.
Okay.
Whitney took all my money.
It's a very Whitney Houston thing.
But I will say it was the most ridiculous slot machine I had played in a while. Dude, like none of the things made sense. And all the things that link up, it was just her singing all ridiculous. And I remember thinking like, how wild would it be if I won? Because the grand jackpot was $30,000.
Yeah. Ooh.
Now, if I were to win $30,000 and people are like, how did you get it? I'd be like, Whitney Houston. Like, it's just a funny thing.
Believe it or not, Whitney.
To say that, like, yeah, Whitney Houston jackpot. It's like, but it's also on the same end funny if you lose all of your money. If people are like, yo, why are you broke? Whitney Houston jackpot, dude. I played so much money on Whitney Houston. I can't fucking believe it. And everyone's like, you're a fucking idiot.
How long? Of course. Now, was this at a casino or was this one of those gas station casinos?
Oh no, I don't get it, dude. The gas station, the Pennsylvania Skill.
Ooh,
that's dark, dude.
That's a.
I feel those are the only dudes I actually feel bad for.
Yeah, I do. I've been places where I've been in there at like 5 a.m, like on the way to work, getting called, whatever, and someone's in there just white knuckling it, hoping to win the mortgage. It's like fuck.
And I do wonder, like, you know, the reason I play slots, one, I like slots. Two, I have won a good amount of money on slots. Anytime I've ever even fucked around with those skill games, my money is like gone, like immediately gone. Yeah. And I wonder, I'm like, how long do you have to, like, it had to have worked out once. Yeah. These guys and gals they're not just pissing away their money, or at least I want to believe they're not just pissing it away on like blind addiction.
They have a reason why. The reason why is at one point, the dragon. At one point they had.
It had to have given them at least $200.
One would hope.
You know,
it's those things are wild.
They are funnels, and it's crazy. Like that's why, like even with the slot machines, like I know. Especially in casinos and with certain slot machines, once they reach a certain jackpot, they legally have to hit. They have to hit because they can't just amass that much money and not do it.
Pay anyone.
And the whatever gaming commission, they're like, you have an illegal machine. So eventually they do have to hit. When it will happen, don't know. So but eventually they have.
You go to casinos to gamble?
Yeah.
So you'd be like, hey, it's Saturday. I'm going to go to the casino.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And you do that, and you go to AC, or you just go to?
I go to live. I go to live. Yeah, it's great. It's funny too because like you'll go there and like sometimes you'll have like a really good dude. The last time I was there, I won $700 something. Oh,
that's awesome.
And it's like, dude, it's one of those times you're like, yeah, I know exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah,
but you don't.
Now, how long does that take?
That $700. I gotta be honest with you, that was like a good hour. And like the machine the machine I was on was hot as fuck. Like it just never stopped.
So someone told me in a casino, the slot machines that people can see win more because they want people to go, like, I'm going to go over there and play. That you think?
I don't know. You don't think I think the slot machines that people will see is because people are falling asleep on the slot machines, dude.
I don't gamble, bro. I don't fucking gamble.
You got to get on.
I don't gamble. You know, I've maybe done a slot machine twice in my life. I was playing golf with some buddies not too long ago, and we were gambling. They were into it, and I was like, I'll do it. But it made it not fun because there's money. It was $200.
Nah, dude.
I was like, I don't.
What would you rather gamble?
What would I rather get? I would play like Hold'em or something. I used to.
No. Other than money, what are you going to use?
What would I use other than money? Food. What? That's how you do it. You buy lunch at the end. You go, hey, you beat me. Here's some lunch.
Albert Davis will be starting the first homeless casino in Philadelphia this winter, dude.
It's a food kitchen.
It'll be called the Hunger Games. This has been the End Podcast.
You want a turkey sandwich? Yeah, there you go.
This has been the End Podcast with Ryan Shaner, Albert Davis. Thank you so much for being on the fucking podcast.
Thanks for having me.
This was a banger. Thank you so much. And make sure you call the hotline 833-443-5300. We'll address any comment, question, or concern you have. Also, if you're interested, I put out a book. It's called Solomon. We're going to be putting out the link in the YouTube page and all the other shit. The pre-orders end October 31st. The pre-order fulfillments will be done by November 27th, and then we'll go right back into regular order. But the pre-orders are still available now until October 31st. Please get on it. I wrote a book. It was a pain in the ass, and hopefully everyone enjoys it. Danny, thank you for being along with us as well. We're going to switch it over to the Patreon later.